Don't worry about me, dude. Guess what? What's this? You're like, Griffin, what? Why? Why? Well, because I can. Thought it'd be kind of fun. Got a little hydraulic e-brake for myself. Is it for this car? Absolutely not, but does it look freaking sick? Yes. Behind me here, as many of you may know, is my Fiesta ST. It is a 2015 with a hybrid turbo full bolt-on E30 and a cage in it. Yes, dude. I would say that I've got a decent amount of experience with these things. This is my second puppy right here. She's a good girl, this one. She's good. But I've done this to 2 Fiesta STs already. The last one didn't have the bigger turbo on it, but this one does. I got really close. I did everything else. So I think I have a good idea of what's good for these cars and what's not. So today I'm going to be going over the top 3 modifications for your Fiesta ST, my boys. Damn, get ready. Also, I feel like I should probably let you know, the modifications that I'm talking about are like for a better feeling car, not necessarily a better looking car. I always go for power and feel over looks. As you can tell, I only have wheels and tires and this small badge and some blinkers. So I don't do anything crazy. I'm not like a stancy boy or anything. I really do care about how the car feels. So if you're into that, this is perfect for you. Number 1, let me hear you say it. Suspension. Yeah, so I have lowering springs, which is a big no-no in my opinion. I had coilovers on my last one. I don't know why I did this to myself this time, but I did, and I regret it a lot. But I guarantee you that that is like the easiest way to change how the whole entire car feels. I feel like I'm giving a TED talk right now, and I really like that. But yeah, coilovers, like, you really can't go wrong. I'm sure a lot of you guys that have this car have coilovers on already. It is like a common practice to do one, but let me just give you some more reasons why. So these cars, if you don't have one, comes with extremely stiff suspension, like from the factory, which is cool. Like, that's good. It feels really sporty. It's fun. It's nice. It feels like you're in a race car. And I'm not gonna deny anything the Ford engineers did because they know what they're doing, but I don't feel like it's the best suspension, to be honest with you guys. You'll notice when you go to coilovers that you have like adjustable dampening. Super important. It doesn't have to be that bouncy of a ride, and it can still corner extremely flat, and you have camber adjustment. You see that with my hands there? Some people think, oh, coilovers, I need it in a track application. Like, you know, I don't need that for the street. You totally need it for the street too. Like, it genuinely changes the way the whole car feels, and it just feels way, way better. All right, number 2, you know what we're doing, baby. We're opening the hood. Not that I really have anything to show you because everything on these cars is hidden, as you will come to find out if you do not already own one. I also found out I had glasses on my head that entire time, and none of you guys told me. So now I almost want to refilm the whole entire first part of this because it looks terrible. Thank you. So some of you probably know these cars handle power very well up to a certain extent. So right around like 350-ish, like wheel, I would say, is like your limit, and that's with extra fueling. But that's where like the motor is safe at, right? I would say that's probably your max. I wouldn't go above that unless you're willing to build the motor and just, you know, do the whole thing. For me, I went with something called a hybrid turbo. So if you guys don't know what that is, it's a stock turbo housing bored out internally with a bigger wheel on the compressor housing. Wait, compressor housing? Yeah. Wait. Oh, I don't know. Anyways, bored out turbo, bigger wheel, and it makes boost, baby, let me tell you. Now, you're probably thinking, Griffin, what if my Fiesta ST is like stock? Like, I'm not gonna get a bigger turbo for a stock car. That would be weird. Oops. Guess what, dude? You actually can do that with a hybrid turbo. I wouldn't recommend getting like an actual big turbo, like some people go with S280, some 2860. I wouldn't do that. But a hybrid turbo, yes, you can put that on a stock Fiesta ST with a tune. Hear me out, with a tune, and you'd be completely fine. And it actually gives you a ton of power up top. It's a very even power band now. It's good. It's not all up top, it's not all on bottom. It's nice and even. So that's the second thing that I recommend is a hybrid turbo, whether you are almost stock or not. I know people that are running it on a basically stock car, and it's amazing just with a tune. It might not be given all the boost it's got if everything else is stock, but it just makes the car feel way better and it sounds way cooler. And I'm actually gonna pair something with that second one. So this is still number 2, but I'm gonna pair something with it. I would recommend a cold air intake, and not just the intake, but the actual cowl itself, the one that goes all the way down to the turbo. Now, some people are gonna say, oh, it's still a hot air intake, dude. Guess what, dude? Take that L. It sounds sick. I would recommend it specifically just for the sound. It makes your car so much more fun to drive when you can actually hear the turbo spooling, whether it's stock or hybrid or big turbo. It just sounds sick, so I'd recommend that as well. You guys are probably like, Griffin, what are you doing inside the car, you fool? You're crazy. Now, keep in mind, these are my top 3 mods, not the first 3, so just want to re-preface that. With that being said, I'm gonna go with seats, dude. If I've got coilovers, a hybrid turbo, and seats, I'm good. And a lot of people would be good. You would be so surprised how much a seat actually makes a difference in the way you feel when you drive. So for me, I'm 6'3". I'm pretty tall, and I fit into this car stock just fine with the regular cloth seats, is what I had before. But I still felt like I was sitting on top of the car, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys probably have that same issue, even though if you're not 6'3", it's a pretty high seating position. So what I wanted to do was lower my seating position so I didn't feel like I was sitting on top of the car, because that honestly gives you like 0% confidence, like when you're driving, when you feel like that. You want to feel like you're in it, you want to feel like you're sucked in, and that's how I feel now. I would say this setup probably lowered my seating position by like 6 inches, like no kidding. It's basically bolted to the ground. It's got some planted seat brackets under here, but they're like the low versions. So they're basically like on the ground. When you get into the car now, it feels like a race car. And some of you guys may not want that, but me, like, that's why I got this car. Like, I got, you know, this is what I wanted to do with it. I wanted to go crazy with it. And yeah, it just feels good when you get into your car and you're sitting here and you're low and you're all bolstered up and the seats look cool, and it's just a good look, man. It feels like you're in a race car, and I love that. You guys know that watch the channel. I love feeling like I'm in a race car. All right, I'm gonna give you a bonus one that I think would also be a really good idea that I haven't done yet. This guy, I would get rid of that if you don't care about the electronic settings on the wheel, like the volume control and all that. I do still, because I do daily drive it, but a wheel, like a smaller wheel, would make this feel so legit, dudes, and it would look so sick. It would honestly complete my interior. This is the only thing that is still stock, like that could be changed and like make a difference, in my opinion. So if you guys are looking for like a better steering feel along with the coilovers, dude, the wheel would be such a good idea. All right, well, that's gonna be it for today. I realized that my videos on YouTube have been like a little different recently. I've been focusing a lot on Instagram. I don't even know if I'm gonna put this in, it doesn't really matter, but to those of you that are wondering, yeah, follow my Instagram, you'll see what I'm doing there. We're blowing up, baby. I don't know how, but we're doing it. So go follow that if you want content literally every single day, like no joke, maybe twice a day, maybe 3 times a day, I don't know. It's Griffin Blanchard YT, and I will be coming back super strong on YouTube pretty soon here, but building that has been a lot of fun for me, and it actually is like working, which is like really rare for me. Like, it's crazy. So, you know, I don't want to let that opportunity slide away while I have the opportunity to keep growing that. But yeah, just for any of you guys that were wondering. Anyways, all right, I will see you again this week. I'm gonna do 2 or 3 videos this week, I'm pretty sure. So I will see you very, very soon. Subscribe, hit that like button, give me a little kiss in the comments, whatever you want to do. Peace.